Welcome everybody to CXR Season 2 of the MX5s. I'm really looking forward to this one. I got myself, Phil McDougall and Ruben Schilt in the commentary box.
Hello, good evening to all watching. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast, this one. I mean, Season 1 was good. And again, we've got a lot of drivers for Season 2 joined up. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. A lot of new names as well.
Yep, there are a lot of new names. Quite a lot of new Spanish drivers as well. We had an influx of Spanish drivers about 2 or 3 seasons ago in the GTA, and all of a sudden they've all come back for the second season of MX5. So
probably we're doing something right with the Spanish.
Well, hopefully. Maybe we're bigger in Spain than we realise.
Exactly. We're famous.
Well, we're Spain famous.
So qualifying is on the way. Just under 5 minutes. And currently it's Martin that has the pole position. But I reckon on the new version of Lime Rock, it's Lime Rock chicanes that we're doing.
It is the Lime Rock chicane. Brand new.
Yeah, and it with the new tire models on the Mazdas as well. But I feel like the new version of this track is a lot more smooth than the first version was.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm just rearranging my monitor. Trying. I can without smashing one of them. Oh, just fell off my triple rig.
Right. Oh, good evening, Legger. Good evening, Dale Kroll. And good evening, Maria Iribarren. Or how do you want to say it?
I will. I'll let you take over on some of the name pronunciations. Oh, that's not what we like to see. A few cars are colliding.
Oh. Well, it's all good, but it was close. Caught up with each other. Somebody backed out. So we see a little bit of changes going on. It's really quite close up until P8. P9 is a little bit further back on P8. Mr. Hertz has a new lap time on 106.369, puts him in P5. Ben Charlton sets a little bit of lap time.
Just for the sub, Kieran. Much appreciated, man.
Ooh, 11 months.
11 months in a row. He's almost got the full year. Shame you don't get like a... Shame you don't get something extra for like having a 12-month sub somewhere.
Yeah, well, you can send him something. Ooh, Mr. Heddy for 3 months in a row as well.
Yeah, cheers for the sub, Haddy. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I can imagine, Karen.
We're all good. We just had a little bit of a... There's a little bit of a glitch there.
We were looking forward to it as well. Of course, we had the TCR League between Season 1 and Season 2. But now we're all up and running for the first race of the season already, so...
Should be a nice, beautiful sunset here as well today.
It's looking so great. I love this camera angle from the MX5.
Just for the follow, Rexter 84.
Yeah. OTL Legger, just so you know, unless you already know, I'm not an alien. I'm definitely not. I saw that, don't you? And for the people that used to...
No, I can confirm.
For the people that raced on ACR, sorry for mentioning the name, Phil, might know me as well by Clown Chaos. It's been a name that I've not been using in quite a while, and won't be anymore, but there were some good old days, but now it's all iRacing. So it's still Mr. Martin with a 106.014, and he said that quite early on in the session. And yeah, the only person that really comes close with it is Mr. Santiago, who's in the pit right now. He's only about 100 seconds behind. Mr. Chris Slaymaker in third. Good to see. CXR representative.
Yeah, we did see some 105s in practice. So
Yeah, but maybe it's the pressure of qualifying that starts to kick in a little bit.
That is true. That is true.
It's something that you see quite often, that people in practice set very fast lap times, and once qualifying starts, yeah, they don't seem to get that same fast lap. The only good thing the people have here is that they've got 15 minutes to do so. So it's a different format compared to most of the official iRacing leagues, because they only have the 2 laps. But yeah, 15 minutes.
There you go. Kenneth Engel Andreasen moves himself up to 7th.
Very good.
With a 106.419.
But still, P1 to P10 is in the 106s. And P11 to P17 is in the 107, so fairly close. And it's a track that's known for good racing. Really looking forward to this one, really. So is anybody showing green? Not many people. Matt Grant, who's currently in P12, had a green's first sector, but he's showing yellow, yellow, yellow. It doesn't seem to improve. Ooh, Mr. Jaime Torres, currently in P4, had a purple second sector and a third green sector. So that looks promising.
He crosses over the line, goes into 3rd position.
So he takes that away from Chris Slaymaker, and it's so close. Look at that.
Yeah.
106, 1
between 2nd and 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, holy crap, holy crap. Good evening, Virgin 1980. Got 2 people rooting for Alex Hurt, currently in P5. I was gonna say P5th.
P5th, I do.
Good evening, Elmo. Good to see you as well. But Mr. Hurt is currently in P5. He's on his outlap. Yeah. Well. And the question is, is it smart for people to run a fuel level that they can do the 50 minutes without crashing all the way through, and pretty much ran out after their last lap on the 15th or 16th minute?
Yeah, there's been some changes to the fuel. I'm sure there have, because the last season we ran at a... last season we ran at 27 litres, and that was absolutely fine. But this season it appears you can make it to the end with 15 litres. 27 litres. So your mic just maybe broke up again. I don't know.
Press.
Oh, yeah. Just for the sub, Aaron. It's a real sub as well. A real sub.
Ooh. And there we've got Martin with a 105.801. So there are the 105s that you were talking about.
Yeah,
Phil?
I thought they would.
But look at Juame Torres. Ooh, 2 purple sectors and 1 green sector.
Just crossing over the line now, going side by side with Jason Haddington. So probably got a nice little bit of a draft. He takes pole position, 105.62.
There you go.
Whether it's my internet or whether it's just the server, but I keep losing all the cars for a split second.
Sorry, come again, Phil?
Oh, did I break up?
Yeah, a little bit. I have some stuttering here and there. I'm not. Can people in chat say if they've got if they have some issues as well, or if it's all good?
Probably just me. Probably because my monitor's on the side.
I mean, or it's just us both.
I've never used a monitor on its side with a mouse before. It's very odd. Going left for up.
Good evening, Kung Fu Driver. So, we've got quite a few people cheering on for the Spanish drivers here tonight. So do we have some people cheering on for the British as well? So do we've got some people improving? It doesn't seem to be at the moment.
Well, everyone's starting to lose a bit of time. Maybe the tyres start to go a bit too hot. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
So what's the in-sim start time of the race, Phil?
the in-sim start time is actually 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was 7:30, but I moved it forward by half an hour because otherwise it would have gone dark at the end.
Right.
But we are at track temperature. Of what, 22 degrees?
Oh, it's showing 23 on
20,
mine.
yeah, sorry, 23 degrees and 22 degrees air temperature. So.
Yep. So for all the new people watching for tonight's race, and you're new to CXR TV, please give him a follow so you can stay tuned with all the other races that are showing on this stream.
Yeah.
Mr. CXR himself. So still not. No, I think I agree on you. Tires are just going off. Doesn't seem that anybody's gonna improve on this one.
Anyone still on a lap? I mean, we are past the qualifying time, so someone could still be on a lap. Maybe Luke Davis? No? Or Davies?
Maybe Iridium Martin, as he had a green second sector. He's coming across the start finish now. I think he had a. Oh. Or no, he didn't. No, I think he backed off. I think that's it.
Yeah,
That's the first qualifying of this season done.
First time you can actually take to the grid with a bit of angst. Just waiting for the qualifying grid places to become available to me, and then I will get them on screen for everybody, and Ruben can read them out because I can't read them on this side. So
No, you can't. Jeez, Phil.
I know, where have my skills gone?
Well, you've got some other skills behind the scenes going on at the moment, so I mean.
Right, there we go. We have the grid results up for you.
There we go. We've got Juame Torres, privateer, on pole position with a 105.617. Then we've got Iriom Martin for Escape VRT on P2. Luis Santiago for XPD Racing Motorsport in P3. Chris Slaymaker for CXR Project Black in P4. Alex Hurt, privateer, P5. Mr. Hector Ramirez for Escape VRT in P6. Kenneth Andresen for Boyd Transport Motorsports, P7. Craig Harris for BritTech Simsport, P8. Arnaud Chanonier for RWC Racing, P9. Yannick Fourquet, privateer in P10. Chris Needham, RWC Racing, P11. Matt Grant, DSRT Motorsports, P12.
Row has moved.
And then we got Luke Davies, Valentine Racing, P13. Daniel James, BritTech Simsport, P14. Ben Charlton, CXR Project Black, P15. Jason Headington, RWC Racing, P16. Darren Goebel, CXR Project Black, P17. Kieran Williams, CXR Racing Community in P18. David Patterson, CXR Racing Community in P19. James Christie, Privateer, P20. Dennis Meissner for Reth NG Racing in P21.
And who's this guy?
Yeah, who's this guy? I don't know. Who's there in P22? Did he do even a quali lap?
Poor, absolute poor.
Yeah, I think that was he was supposed to be the pace car, but since it's a standing start. Right, we've got
everybody.
Pretty much everybody grid up. We're waiting on some for The start of round 1. So we got about 24 people in total signed up for the league. We've got 4 people who couldn't make this race, unfortunately, but still a good 20-car race. And
Sounds
we've
like
got
we
the
are
lights
revving
out.
up.
Green, green, green.
We've got the lights. And we're off.
Looks like everybody... Oh, P3 didn't get a great start. He's actually now headed back into P5. That was Luis Santiago, I believe.
It is. Mr. Torres and Mr. Martin had a pretty well good start. Oh, and there we see someone going off in the background. And that's Chris Slaymaker. Oh dear. A little bit of checking up. And we see, I think that's chasing Headington slowing down a bit and now coming up back onto pace.
Yeah, we will try and review some of the crashes shortly, but we will not do it at the very start of the race. There's no point in doing that.
Now let's finish round or lap 1 first. So currently it's still Mr. Torres in the lead of the race with about half a second. And closing is Mr. Martin a second. Kenneth Andreessen.
Luke Davis makes a move, puts himself into 8th.
Nice move, nice move. Kenneth Andreessen had a good start. He's currently running in P3.
Oh, what's happened to Craig Harris?
Oh, he's coming into the pit. Maybe at a jump start. I see somebody else coming in as well. Some damage.
Yeah, it looks like he had a bit of damage, so he'll come in, take that fast repair and head back out again, I guess. We've got Torres and Martin still having a decent battle here, so...
Yeah, and they slowly seem to pull a gap on Kenneth Andreessen. That's about 3.5 seconds, over 3.5 seconds now.
Already,
but then again, a lot can happen. I mean, it's just of the checking up at turn 1, which caused that gap, of course.
Luis Santiago's actually just overtaken Kenneth Andreessen, so...
Back to P3. Okay. Let's see if he can close that gap of 4.2 seconds in the upcoming laps.
Takes the inside line at the chicane. Good move.
Good move. Kenneth Andreessen let him live as well. Didn't close the door too much. Good racing. Martin really putting the pressure onto Mr. Torres. But we see Kenneth Andreessen still about half a second behind Santiago, with Channonier and Mr. Hurt and Mr. Ramirez following as well.
And we've got some further back bumper to bumper action going on between David Patterson, maybe Jamie Christie and Kieran Williams, so that's a nice little battle there.
Yeah, and don't forget Mr. Grant as well, 14. James Christie was pretty close behind him, but let's give up a little bit of time.
Yeah, Spanish drivers are
fast. Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is. There you go. 106.188 for Mr. Torres in the first couple of laps of the race.
He's not too. He doesn't want to touch the grass there because that is going to go in all different types of directions.
Well, good evening, Roberto Suare. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that Mr. Santiago in P3 is able to close that gap to P1 and P2. Kenneth Andreessen, though, although he's been overtaken by Santiago, still seems to be able to keep pace with Santiago. The same goes for Channonier and Hert and Mr. Ramirez. They are all under a second of each other. And we've got a little bit of a gap to Mr. Davies and Mr. Charlton. Dennis Meisner is about half a second behind Mr. Charlton, battling it out for P9. While at this point, Mr. Torres and Mr. Martin are pretty much putting in the same lap times.
They are putting in the same time. They're just kind of... Well, actually, we now have Luis Santiago right on... Oh, no, it's not Luis Santiago. They must have just overtaken someone. Who've they just overtaken?
Well, there were 3 people going into the pit, of course. So
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Definitely is Mr. Kang Fu. It's good to see some different type of nationalities in this league.
Yeah, I actually didn't realise how many there were, but yeah, there is quite a nice spread. It's good.
Yeah. Although different type of people would love to see some other people in front as well, of course, instead of three Spaniards.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to have a mix, but I mean, you can't have everything. We do have we've got Danish and French just behind, so you never know.
True. Who is currently P10 and P11, Phil?
We are looking at Alex Hurt and Chris Needham, 10 and 11.
Alright, so did Alex Hurt lost some positions then, or did he make a mistake? Because I do believe he was running in P7 a couple of laps ago.
Let's see what happened. Yeah, so he must have just, he's had a spin there on the...
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Not actually registering for me to show the crash, so maybe he didn't actually hit anything. Maybe he's just had a little bit of a spin.
Just spun it out.
Yeah.
So we lost a couple of positions. That's good to see. We're seeing Mr. Davis in P7. Ben Charlton, very good, P8. And we see Dennis Meisner right on the back of him. Trying to put it on the inside. Is he? Oh, he isn't making it. Ben was defense, but he's showing quite a lot of damage on the right side of his car. Not quite sure how is that, if that's affecting the performance of the car as well.
Dennis is going to go for a move. I think he is going to go for the inside line here.
Ben probably knows it. He's not really defending that hard. But let's see if he can keep up. Mr. Hurt is trying to take advantage of it as well, but the next one is a left-hander, of course, so he backs out of it. So that puts Dennis Meisner in P8. And immediately closing the gap to Mr. Davies. We see Mr. Ramirez, who's pretty much on the back of Mr. Arnaud Channonier as well, battling it out for P5. And currently still pretty much the same for the first 8 minutes of the race as Mr. Torres and Mr. Martin in P1 and P2. Keeping it within a half a second. Question is he quicker than Mr. Torres and just keeping behind? Waiting for a little bit further into the race. How much are the pit stops coming into strategy for some?
Looks like Hector Hernandez has just overtaken Arnold Channonier to put himself into 5th.
Right.
And this was and Luke Davis having a nice little battle now.
Oh,
Alex Hurt just went a little bit wide there.
That's good to know, Kung Fu. So Alex Hurt is born in Belgium. He has a double nationality. He's Spanish Belgium, and he lives in Spain. I don't think you can make such a flag.
I can try.
So we've got a good battle going on. It's Mr. Hurt.
We've got another battle going on at the front, though. Roman Martin is actually right on the back now of Juanme Damas
it looks
Torres.
like he's going for it. He's going for it. Then again, he's putting his car on the inside. Yes, he does.
He does, but he's going to have the He's going to be on the outside for the next corner, so it's still not guaranteed, is it, in these cars?
Well, but it seems to me that he makes the move done. Very well done. Very well done. He just had a little bit more exit speed coming out of it, which made him put his car in front of Mr. Torres. So let's see if that changes anything with the pace. In the meantime, it's Mr. Santiago, about 5.4 seconds behind in P3. Kenneth Andresen still rocking it in P4. Mr. Ramirez who's kept Mr. Chanonier with about 1.5 seconds now in P4. P5, sorry. And Chanonier in P6. Where do we've got some other battles going on? Still between Ben Charlton, Mr. Hurd, and Chris Needham. Nice to see as well that we've got different teams fighting for position.
Yeah, that is true. I was a little bit worried about CXR, but they've started to like now morph into the middle
Spread out
field.
a bit.
Yeah, because at first they were all at the back.
Wow.
But we are looking good now.
Can you tell something about the championship points that will be divided at the end of the race? What kind of point system are we working on?
For this one, we actually have 3 tables. So we're going to have a Pro Championship, an AM Championship, and an Overall Championship. So obviously the Overall Championship is based on the overall results of the race. And then the AM Championship will be the top driver for the AM will score points for that championship. So
nice.
It is 3 to battle out on. The good idea of having the overall means that you can still see where you would compare to the pro drivers if you're an AM driver and vice versa. So
very good, very good. We've got 8 weeks of racing ahead of us with week 1 here at the new version of Lime Rock with the MX5s with the new tire model as well.
ooh, did someone... Maybe Alex had a slowdown?
Sure seems like. Is it showing anything on the on your system?
No.
No, then must be slowdown. Or you went for a move that didn't quite work, who knows? Yeah, is it showing now? Mr. Torres keeps on the back of Mr. Martin. And I think what's the fastest lap time at this moment? I think it's a 1:05, isn't it? Let's put it up on screen.
Yeah, let's have a little browse.
There it is, a 1:05.8.
It's a great lap for a...
Yeah, Mr. Santiago, although he's quite far behind P1 and P2, he has the second quickest lap time as of what I could see. But he doesn't seem to have the consistency to bring that gap down. But yeah, in all fairness, P1 and P2 are putting in hell of laps, and there you go. Santiago just put in a 1:07.421.
Yeah,
so pretty much from P1 and P2 are about 1.5 to 2.
Yeah, it just... Oh. Yeah, it must be my internet just keeps dropping. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that my monitors all fell off. We're good, we're good. Easy, Neil. I've not heard you though. Are you back?
Yep.
Yup.
Approach. Seems like Martin is taking a little bit of defensive line to make sure that Mr. Torres isn't going for a gap that's put out there. But yeah, those two are on another level at the moment.
I'll have a quick look over here because it looks like Chris Needham is just going to go on the outside of Alex Hurt. And who's the number 88 car? I think that's Chris Slaymaker.
Yeah. So what happened to Chris then? Oh, and there I see a car backwards in the on the inside of the track. Not quite sure who that was.
Ben Charlton.
Oh dear.
Oh no, I think he's just gone into the pits. My bad. Sorry, Ben.
Oh. I saw a car standing, but anyways, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to Chris. He had a pretty good qualifying, but unfortunately dropped back from, I believe it was P4 to P11 at the moment. Good evening, Matthew. He's currently running in P17. Correct me, it's P16. Just overtook Ben Charlton, who's in the pit. What's the last position to gain any points for the championship, Phil?
10th. 10th in each class, so If you, if say if you finish in 19th, but then you're P10 in the AM class, then you still get your 1 point in that AM championship, but not on the overall championship.
Right, okay. Good format, good format. Mention as well, we've got prizes for the top 3 near the end of the season, and the least incidents in the season. It's a format we also did on the CXRs that worked quite well. I think it was Chanonier, who's now running for RWC Racing. Currently running in... Wait, let me see, what's the position?
He's in P6. Yeah, so Arn is a very clean driver. He's consistently done it over the last 2 seasons,
Yeah,
I think.
he was very happy to be in the Hall of Fame, the CXR Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was a little bit less happy. Yeah. I mean, I was the biggest loser of the TCR Championship. But, oh well, where have we got some battles going on? You've got Mr. Ramirez in P5, about half a second behind Kenneth Andreasen. Yeah, we can see in the bottom of the screen, in the last couple of sectors or laps, he was a bit quicker. But then again, coming to the back of one car doesn't say anything about overtaking someone.
I was about to say there's been a gap built there, but I think it's a...
yeah, that's a back
front
marker.
two, yeah, just overtaking a back marker. He needs to back out of that, really. But no, he's gonna be good, because I think yeah, they're both gonna get through.
3 wide going into turn 1, or is he gonna back out?
That's not what you want with a back marker, is it? 3 wide with a back marker.
No, definitely not.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, well. Can you show us and the viewers who already has made their stop? Because quite a few people already pitted. It may be because of the damage, or that they had damage. But so we see Mr. Harris, Playmaker, Charlton, Headington, Forquet, and Mr. Williams. It seems quite early on, but probably had a reason. Do they have fast repairs in this league, Phil?
There is one fast repair, yeah.
Oh, nice. Only one.
Only one.
Use it wisely.
Use it wisely. Use it wisely.
Or don't forget. Don't forget.
It's one of them. It's one of them in league racing where some people say that you shouldn't have any, and some people say you should. But at the end of the day, we're here to race, not sit in the pits for 35 minutes of a 45-minute race. So Hector Hernandez is... Oh, I was about to say he's going to make a move now on Kenneth Engel Andreasen, but Kenneth has now actually just come into the pits, so he's going to make
into the pits.
Quite an early pit stop. Darren Goebel is chasing down... who's that? Matt Grant.
I think I remember correctly that Kenneth Andreasen tried that undercut in season 1 as well as Dennis Meisner. I think he was one of those people that tried to pit a little bit earlier than the rest of the field to try and gain something.
Some people just like the heavier fuel load, I guess. I prefer taking it down to the absolute zero, but I mean, some people do actually have that preference for a heavier car at all times. Yeah.
Because of the balance or something.
I guess
whatever their preference is. So. Oh, that's a nice emoticon Matthew's putting in. I want that one as well. See a nice Porsche logo in it. Nice.
Oh yeah, the Porsche. Never seen that before.
No, very nice. Good showing it, Matthew. Cheers. Keep on cheering for you, Dad. He's definitely gonna enjoy it when he's watching back the stream. Currently running in P20, but still maybe with people who need to pit as well. And still a lot can happen. We're not even halfway during the race, pretty much close to, but So we've got some battles going on track. For P7, it's Mr. Hurd with Mr. Davies and Chris Needham.
A nice little blimp shot of these guys going through.
Yeah, you can see the different lines they're taking. Well, one more sliding than the other, so... Oh. Matthew would like it if we could give Mr. Williams a little bit of screen time. We'll do it in a sec, Matthew.
We sure will.
Let's have keep an eye on this battle first. Yeah, Davis at the outside line. So I think it was a bit out of the question that he was going to make that move. So they stay in position for now. Yeah, and that P1 and P2 still within about 0.3 of a second. that's 20 minutes of racing going on. So it's great stuff. Great stuff.
There was a bit of contact there, I think. Can't really tell from that angle.
Maybe we can have it from his. Yeah, well, the way his car behaves, it does seem like contact, but was it contact due to real contact, or maybe some netcode came into play as well? Anyways, it doesn't change the situation that he spun out on track. No, it doesn't. It does seem like that he.
No, it doesn't.
Rear. Well, we do have race control, don't we?
Yeah, we do have race control, so they're probably taking a look at it at the moment.
Must be said that I think all the penalties will be given after the race. Don't think any penalties will be handed out during the race, or am I wrong, Phil?
They can be handed out during the race. There's no reason why they can't be.
Right. I think we are, Neil. I'm not quite sure if Phil saw the your comment in the Twitch chat.
Just a warning, Neil. And then hopefully it will stop from next week. I know some people, if they're new, they won't know that we did literally. You're not supposed to talk.
So at the moment in our screen, we see Mr. Harris and Darren Goebel battling it out on track for P10. So for the
driver, by the way.
Yeah, cheers. Make it spread the CXR love.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. Yeah. Schlopsch. Oh, sorry, that's an inside joke. Right, back to the racing. Well, what happened between Mr. Martin and Torres? It's a gap of 2.5 seconds at this moment. So we missed something.
Yeah, we have missed something. Let me just see. Oh, there's a slide, and then there was contact. Accidental contact, obviously, because it's during the slide, but...
Yeah, he slowed down. Martin slowed down, but not quite enough to avoid the contact in the end. Doesn't seem like it was that hard of a contact that there's a lot of damage on either of the cars. But it's unfortunate because they were having a good race for the first 20 minutes, keeping ever so close and changing in position a couple of times. So let's see if Torres is capable of closing that gap a little bit.
We've got Dennis Miser at the moment about to close up on Arnold Chanonay. So these two are going to go side by side into turn 1.
Very nice. Good evening, Ed. Good to see you as well.
Dennis Miser gets that move done and manages to hold on to the position. So Arnold Chanonay is probably just going to...
try and follow.
Yeah, just try and follow just for a little bit. My game would be to try and follow as long as possible and then overtake in the last lap. Oval style.
Yeah, but they still need to pit as well. So I mean,
Oh, that is true. Yeah, they still haven't
is he
pitted.
gonna try and fuel save to get that extra lap out of his stint? Yeah, what's his game plan now? But still, good to see Dennis Meisner in P5 and Mr. Chandonnier
Yeah,
in
it is.
P6.
I think Dennis. I'm not sure whether Dennis struggled in the touring cars last season, but it's good to see him coming back strong in the MX5s.
Definitely. We had Darren Goebel, who was running in P10. He took a pit. That means that Mr. Andresen, Pedersen, Slaymaker, Davies, and Ben Charlton will all make a position again. But
Check
yeah,
out.
the pace of P1 and P2 is on another level.
Blistering, shall we say?
It just seems like the way they can keep the tires fresh for putting in those false lap times. It's just yeah, on another level. Well, in all fairness, I mean, good to see. I did saw that Let me have a quick look. Mr. Emilio Martin from Escape VRT is a pro driver. I don't see Mr. Torres on the list. Phil, I'm not quite sure if you
No,
know
he's a pro
if
driver.
he's a pro driver as well. Right.
5,932. I think he's a pro driver.
So there we see Mr. Martin's going into the pit, Phil. Mr. Torres keeps on running. It seems like an early pit, to be honest, but we'll see.
26 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how long you can stretch the fuel for the MX5s. I'm not quite.
I hope they don't have to pit twice. That was the reason why we dropped it from 27 to 18.
Right.
Because apparently you can now make it on 27. So we'll see.
That means that Mr. Torres is currently running in P1, Mr. Santiago in P2, and Mr. Ramirez. So 3 Spanish drivers still. P1 to P3. Dennis Meisner puts him in P4 and Chandonnier in P5. So yeah, pretty much Chris Needham is right behind Mr. Martin now. P7 doing a good job for RWC Racing. And Dennis Meisner is a driver for Reth Energy Racing, also a pro driver. And we've got Mr. Ramirez, who's driving also for Escape VRT. So Mr. Martin and Ramirez, both drivers of the Escape VRT team, both pro drivers. So also, I don't know if is there a team championship as well?
No team championship. We needed it to be level for a team championship. Right. So we shall look at that in the future, but for this one, we are just going to be sticking with just the Drivers' Championship.
Right, cool.
So for the follow, I think that will be
Yannick. Yeah, Yannick 91400.
Yannick 4K.
Sounds a bit like Beverly Hills. Sorry, don't mean anything by it, Yannick. Cheers for the follow. Oh, is that Yannick the driver who
yes.
dropped out of the race? Right. Unfortunate that you had to drop out. James is out as well. Who's James? James. That's Daniel James.
Yeah.
For Brittech Sim Sport. So unfortunately, he's out of the race as well. Oh, you broke the engine.
Oh no.
Oh.
Alex Hurt
that's
goes
rough. That's
past
rough.
Arnold Chandonnier, who's in the pits currently.
Yeah. Maybe it's nice to have a look at who's made their stop at this point, because Mr. Torres still has to stop, I believe. I think Santiago and Ramirez as well, and Dennis Meisner. So for the top 7, only Mr. Martin has stopped.
Yeah, I'm looking at that as well, and I'm still thinking that maybe Chris Slaymaker and maybe Ben Charlton need to pit again, but...
Yeah, they were quite early on in the race, probably because of damage they had or something. Oh yeah, well, it's really unfortunate, Yannick, Better luck next time for round 2. See you. Have a good night.
Cheers for racing, Yannick. Catch you next week.
And Chris Slaymaker. Currently running in P11, but he stopped on lap 13. I hope everybody is enjoying the race so far.
Just got a bit of a gap going on at the moment, a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the rest of these guys to pit, and then it should
start.
The
top six for top 7 just needs to make their stop. Come on. Isn't there for you, for the D-man that's running the league, a button that you just can say to all the cars, okay, you need to pit now.
Yeah, just a pit button. Everybody pit.
Yep, pit. But then again, Dennis Meisner really doing a good job. Oh, yeah, there's Mr. Torres. So where's Mr. Martin on track compared to Mr. Torres? Oh, yeah, I think the gap's it closed down a bit.
Yeah, the gap has closed down. I would say it's
the gap was
0.8
about
of a
2.5
second.
seconds.
Yeah. So they've now got Dennis Meisner in front of them, Hector Hernandez Ramirez, and Luis Santiago.
Yeah, and they still need to pit. But then again, how is Dennis Meisner going to play into this situation? Because he is in the lap car. It's really driving for position. So
yeah,
you can try and defend as hard as he can to keep his position. Currently running in P3, but yeah, we know that Mr. Torres and Mr. Martin do have the pace over pretty much the whole field, but still, it does seem like he's going to get a run onto the main straight, though.
You think he's going to box now? He has chosen to box.
I think Dennis is going to box, yeah.
Probably a wise choice, actually, because you don't really want to get too involved with the leaders on their lap. On board with Ben Charlton, as I think he's going to try and make a move on Luke Davis here. So we do have some battles still going on. It's probably still got the battle for the lead as well. Go. Luis Santiago is now in the pit, so we are just waiting now for Alex Hurt to pit and Hector Hernandez Ramirez. We've got Ben Charlton absolutely chasing down Luke Davis. Oh, it's all of a sudden it's become battle central. We've actually got three different battles under a second now going on. Still there, really?
Jesus. I was stuck in though. Sorry, close mic.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So I was saying, very nice move from Chris Slaymaker on Mr. Arnaud Chanonnier. And I was talking about the difference in lap times from Mr. Ramirez and Torres and Martin. But it's good to see that they've closed down that gap. But is it close enough to make it interesting in pretty much the last 10 minutes of this race.
Yeah, we are about to approach the 10-minute marker. This is where everyone needs to get serious. Well,
Yep.
hopefully they've been serious the whole time, but you know, the last 10 minutes is where you want to try and get those positions made.
Exactly. As we can see, Chris Slaymaker is now within a second of Dennis Meisner. A little bit of drifting going on from Dennis.
There isn't there a bit of style points?
Yes, style points. I thought that Ben Chopton was going for the style points, but I haven't quite seen anything which is gonna give him
in his tyre warm-up
points,
routine.
Yeah. No. I thought I saw something, but I didn't. So.
Alex Hurt is now in the pits, so I think he is the last person to pit. He is, so
he is,
that is now everybody.
And that puts Mr. Ramirez and Kenneth and Rayson back into the positions.
Oh, this isn't what you want. You've got the leaders coming through, and you've got a battle going on.
How's that gonna play out? Or is he gonna stick his car? Yep. Yeah, I think I really do think that Mr. Davies saw him coming. Maybe had a good look at this relative box. Well, to be fair though, I mean, we had a good first season in the MX5s with pretty much close racing all around.
Yeah,
we had a good start for this one as well. Yeah, but I do believe that Mr. Hurt dropped quite a few positions, if I'm correct. He's now running in P9 after his pit stop. And Chris Slaymaker's still trying to go for the battle with Dennis Meisner. Does seem to have a very good run.
Well, to be honest, that's a really good clawback there from Chris, considering like he started P3, P4.
Yeah, I think it was P4, and he dropped back after that. Well, we're not quite sure if there was any contact or review that made the race.
Yeah, we're just gonna go
anyway,
side by
lost
side.
Quite a few positions. Oh, takes a lot of the inside curb, but he gets the move done.
Some beautiful brake glow going on.
Oh yeah, that's lovely to see. Takes it as tight as possible through that left-hander. And they're coming up to that new section. The chicanes. But great move, great race. P6. Well done for Chris. Still 8 minutes to go though. What can happen? I must say though, it could be because of a little bit of traffic, but it does seem that Mr. Martin is dropping out on pace a little bit compared to Torres in P1.
Yeah, that is true. The gap is now what? 1.7 seconds. Yeah.
But then again, the gap to P3, 18 seconds. 18 seconds.
Yeah, those two guys have been smashing it up the front. Absolutely. I guess it's just once you get into a rhythm with someone you know who can drive fast with you, it doesn't take long before you can start pulling up the places.
Nope, true. We have another nice little battle going on still between Mr. Davies, Charlton and Harris. So that's the CXR Project Black, RWC Racing, and Mr. Davies, I'm not quite sure which team he was on.
Just going to go back and watch Jamie Christie and Jason Haddington, because they are involved in a little bit of a battle at the moment and don't get too much screen time. So...
yeah, true. Definitely true. And we still need... teams as well.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Right, okay. My PC just crashed and now it's back again.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, Jamie Christie loses the back end of his car to that middle section of the track, so that gives Mr. Pedersen a little bit of breathing space.
Right, I'm going to have to do my absolute best now on one monitor without even seeing the race. Because everything is just cut out. I don't know what the hell's going on. Apologies, and I will try and get all these little niggly things sorted for next week.
Well, currently we're looking at Darren Goebel. Now we're jumping back onto the battle between Ben Charlton and Mr. Davies. Belling out for position P12. CXR Project Black. And I was looking for what team Mr. Davies is driving. Can't seem to find it at this moment. Doesn't matter anyways. Oh, each for Valentine Racing. There you go. And Charlton seems to go quite a gap there. Oh, but he goes very deep into that chicane. So that's going to compromise him quite a lot. Is Davies close enough to get a good run on that main straight? We've got one other battle going on track at this moment. That's, he's about half a second behind Mr. Channonier for P8. And we've got one of the back markers doing quite well, making sure that those two could pass.
Yeah.
There we have the battle for P8. Channonier really taking a defending line through that, coming up to the last turn.
Yeah,
But Mr. Hurt is so close.
I guess with just over 3 minutes to go, you need to be defensive now. This is the time. But Alex is actually going to go for the move. He's left the inside line completely open there.
Yeah, a bit surprising to be honest. I was going to say he's going to have a run on that main straight, but
yeah,
at the same time he just puts his car on the inside.
I was watching it a few seconds later because I'm having to watch it on another screen. Oh, the joys!
Behind the screens, but it's working. It's working.
Now, was there a crash here? Oh god.
I'm not quite sure. Oh.
Can't find a crash.
It's jumping a little bit now.
Yeah, sorry, that was me. I was just trying to find a
the reason of the gap between Mr. Martin and Torres?
Yeah.
It's about pretty much 4 seconds now. Quite comfortable lead for Torres to take his first win in the CXR MX5 League, Season 2. But then again, still 3 minutes to go. Or almost 2.
I have to say, I am glad that I moved the time forward because, yeah, it's getting pretty dark now.
Yeah. But, like you said, with the glowing discs under heavy braking.
Oh yeah, that is nice though.
That looks so nice. The reflection, especially on that new Trading Paints metallic slash chrome kind of thing. Well, reflections you're seeing.
The great battle going on between Kenneth Engel, Andreasen, and Chris Slaymaker right now.
And they've seen each other before, Season 1.
Yeah, and Dennis Meinster isn't too far behind as well, so he's trying to get involved.
No, definitely not. Is he going to be the laughing third when those two are really going to go for the last attempt to grab a position? Chris having a good run out of that chicane. How much is Kenneth Andreasen going to defend on that move? Well, pretty hard. He's going for the inside line. Chris doesn't seem to have the speed to go for the overtake, but is he sticking it out on the outside?
Looks like Dennis Myers is going to try and take his chance here as well. This is getting mighty close.
Yeah, Chris really needs to watch out that he's not going too wide.
Yeah, got a Slaymaker sandwich going on right now.
Oh, Dennis again. Putting his car really on the inside of the track, but not close enough to make the overtake on Chris. So lovely battle going on.
Chris has got a good run out the uphill chicane.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure if due to some issues or not, but he didn't seem to have had the run in the beginning of this lap on that main straight. But again, he's so close.
Last lap though. One more lap.
One more lap to do it.
Because I don't believe there's going to be another one after the... No, this is it. 8 seconds left. So I'm just going to go on board quickly with our leader. Watch him come over the line. Well, I'm going to break
Who
between
had
that and that.
a pretty consistent race, besides that one slide he had where he and Martin made contact. Was a bit unfortunate. A real racing incident, and there we go.
Here we go. He takes the
win. Win, yeah.
Roman Martin finishes in second. We're going to have to go back
to that battle.
Yeah, and Dennis Meisler's actually overtaken Chris Slaymaker. Has there been a little bit of a contact there? I don't know. There's a little bit of a wiggle.
Really hard defending. Oh, again. Really loose on the back end, but, well, real good car control from Dennis Meisner to keep his car on track and make that new chicane on this newer version of the Lime Rock track. Really close.
It is really close. It's going to be side by side as they go over the line.
Chris is going to stick it on the inside. He's going to stick it on the inside. No, he breaks out of it. He backs out of it.
I think he backed out of it. Good racing there from those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Very good to see you guys. Still, Chris will be happy with the P7, I guess.
Good skills there from Dennis at the end. So Alex Heck crosses the line in 8th position. Honors Channonay crosses in 9th position. Craig Harris.
Chris Needham. Chris, why is Chris in the pits?
He's in the pits? Don't tell me you ran out of fuel.
No way.
Oh, unless they've already finished. Maybe?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think that happened.
Weird. He's the only one not showing a checkered flag behind his name. So
yeah.
But everybody else finished?
There is the checkered flag.
Yeah, definitely a good race, Kung Fu. Especially that first 20 minutes, that battle between Mr. Torres and Mr. 10. But overall, we've seen quite a lot of battles going on throughout the whole field. Showing a lot of respect between the drivers, not going for too aggressive moves or any of that sort of stuff. So, very good to see. But we wouldn't have expected anything else in the CXR League, Phil.
Well. So.
Luckily, there are some people that we know from the TCR League aren't driving here. Nah, that's just joking. So there we've got the results. I'll leave it to you this time, Phil.
No, I'll leave it to you because I can't see anything. I've only got half a screen.
All right, that's true. Sorry, my bad. So for the first race of Season 2 of the Global MX5 Leagues from CXR Racing, we've got Jaume Torres, privateer in P1, Irio Martin for Escape 13 P2, Luis Santiago for XPD Racing Motorsports in P3, Hector Ramirez for Escape VRT in P4, Kenneth Andresen for Boy Transport Motorsports 5. We saw Dennis Meisner grabbing P6 in the last lap for Wraith Energy Racing, and Chris Slaymaker unfortunately dropping one position for CXR Project Black in P7. We've got Alex Hurt, privateer, P8, Arnaud Channonnier for RWC Racing in P9, Craig Harris for Bridgetech Simsport P10, Ben Charlton for CXR Project Black in P11, Luke Davies for Valentine Racing in P12, Darren Goebel for CXR Project Black P13, Matt Grant for DSRT Motorsports P14, David Patterson for the CXR Racing Community in P15, with Kieran Williams for CXR Racing Community P16, Jason Haddington for RWC Racing P17, and Chris Needham also for RWC Racing in P18. And I think that rounds off the drivers who were already finished the race.
Yeah, I think
No, sorry. We've got Jamie Christie, privateer, in P19, who also finished the race. We've got 2 people, unfortunately, dropping out of that race early on. It's Yannick Forquet, a privateer as well, P20. and Daniel James for Britex Simsport in P21. So yeah, that rounds off the first race.
Rounds off the first race. So where are we next week? We're at Brands Hatch Indy, round 2, January the 15th. That always promises to be a good race.
Definitely.
Just close racing throughout, and then Daytona Road Course the week after that. So that should be fun. After everyone's just come off the Daytona 24 hours.
Yeah.
The weekend
Solar can be. It's just all good tracks on this one. Just all good tracks. But I'm looking forward to for the qualifying Indy as well, because I mean it's such a short of an oval.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's qualifying is going to be so close. How our people are going to get a good toe, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, really good to see.
Should be good fun. So cheers, Ruben, for commentating with me, and cheers everybody for watching, following, subscribing.
Cheers for your
commenting, typing in, whatever it's called. Porsches.
Chatting.
We'll go with chatting.
We'll go with chatting. If anybody else wants some more information, look at the bottom of the screen and join discord.cxr
racing.com.
Racing.com. Yeah.
You still probably have time to sign up for the league if you want to get involved before next week. Obviously, you will have had to drop a round, and we don't include drop rounds, so you won't get that back or anything. So, but that is completely up to you if you do want to sign up for it. The option is still there. I think we still have 5 or 6 places if we want to fill them. So it's completely up to you. We'll leave it there. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll catch you.
No, you can't.
I can't.
No. Look at the chat. Mr. Sidekick Monkey wants to sign up.
Oh no, you can't sign up.
No.
Actually, Neil, you probably could do if you wanted to. You'd have to go straight into the pros, but obviously it's up to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, Phil is struggling a bit behind the screens with his whole setup.
Yeah, I will take a photo in a minute. It's looking quite.
He's going to put it up into the Discord chat. But maybe for the next round, if all is sorted, it's nice to take a look back at the race, at some of the incidents, the overtakes, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really glad for we've got quite a lot of few people watching. So cheers.
Yeah.
Spread the CXR love. Make it well known.